Meeting an old friend.
Patrick? Is that you?
Selena, hello.
Well, well. Patrick Eastwood. How have you been?
Good. Great, actually. How are you? I haven't seen you for, how long?
It's been ages. At least 15 years. Wow.
Yeah. Wow. So what are you doing here?
Oh, sorry, you go first.
Okay, what are you doing here? I thought you'd moved to London.
I was in London for a couple of years, but it didn't work out.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Are you okay?
I'm fine. The dream job wasn't really a dream, you know. And London is great, but it's so expensive. I mean, just the rent on a flat is crazy expensive.
I see.
So I came back. I've been back now for almost 5 months. Living back home with Mum and Dad, which is interesting. But anyway, what about you?
Me? Oh, nothing new. You know me. Patrick the Predictable. I never left here.
Oh, and is that...
Oh, I'm very happy. I'm married now. We've just celebrated our 10th anniversary.
No way! You? Married? To...
I don't think you know her. Her name's Marigold. And we've got 2 kids. They're 5 and 8 years old.
Married and with 2 kids? Wow.
Don't look so surprised.
No. I'm just amazed how time flies. I'm happy for you. I really am.
Thanks. You should really come round to the house one day.
That would be great. Let's swap numbers and...
Meeting a new team member.
Hi, my name's Peter. What's your name?
Hi, Peter. I'm Carla. I'm new here.
Welcome to the company, Carla.
Thanks, Peter. I'm happy to be here and it's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too.
Where do you work?
I work in the design team. We sit over there.
I'm in the marketing team. I started last week.
You work in marketing? That's very interesting.
Yes, it is. I'm enjoying it. But there are a lot of new things to learn.
I'm sure there are. I'm happy to help you if I can.
Thank you, Peter. What do you do in the design department?
I design new products.
That sounds interesting. I plan marketing events for new products. So I think we'll work together sometimes.
That would be great. So, where are you from, Carla?
Brazil. And you?
I'm from the UK.
How long have you been here?
I've worked here for 3 years, but I actually moved here from the UK 5 years ago to study.
Changing a meeting time.
Hi, Anna. Do you have a minute to talk about the meeting next Tuesday?
Sure. We said 11, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, but I have a bit of a problem with the time. Would it be possible to move it?
Oh, I see. We could postpone it to the afternoon to 1 p.m., for example, or bring it forward to earlier in the morning. What would suit you?
Could we make it 9 o'clock? That would really help me. I have another important meeting in the central office at 12.
No problem. It's important you're there.
Thanks a lot, Anna.
Do you need help with any preparation? Did you get the agenda I sent out?
Yes, I did. And no, that's all fine, thanks. My report is ready, and I'm looking forward to presenting it.
Great.
I can tell Sven about the time change. I'll see him later.
Don't worry about telling Sven. I'll send an email to everyone to confirm the time has changed, and with an updated meeting invite.
Great. Thanks, Anna.
Okay. I'm happy that works for you. We really need you there, and it's good we don't have to cancel it.
See you then. Have a good weekend in the meantime.
You too.
Finding the library.
Hi, excuse me.
Yes?
Where's the library?
The library? It's next to the registration office.
Sorry, I'm new. Where's the registration office?
No problem. See the big building over there?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the lecture theatre. Next to that, on the right, is the registration office. And next to that is the library.
I see. Thanks. Hello?
Hello?
Is this the library?
Yes, it is. Quiet, please.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
Can I help you?
Yes, please. I want to borrow some books. What do I need?
You need a library card. Here's the application form. You can take up to 6 books maximum today.
Okay, 6 books.
Yes. You have 2 weeks to read the books, then you bring them back.
And if I'm late?
Every day you are late, there is a fee of 50 pence.
Okay, 50p a day. Anything else?
Mobile phones must be switched off in the library. You can bring your laptop, but please use headphones to watch videos or listen to music.
Okay, great.
And you can't bring food or drink.
No food, no drink, and...
And please speak quietly. People are working here.
Oh, okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Missing a class.
Excuse me, Miss Henderson?
Yes, Diana. How can I help you?
I'm sorry, but I can't come to class next Wednesday. I have a doctor's appointment.
Okay, thanks for letting me know.
Is there anything to do at home?
Let me just check my notebook. Okay, first of all, you need to read chapters 17, 19, and 20 in the book. There are also some articles and a video to watch. Those are online. I'll post the links online in the usual place.
Chapter 17 to 20.
Yes, except chapter 18. Chapters 17, 19, and 20.
Okay. Is there a deadline?
Yes, this Friday. But there's something else. I was going to give you all a practice test.
A practice test?
Yes, to help people prepare for the midterm exam.
Ah, all right.
Don't worry, I can send you the practice test by email on Wednesday. Can you send it to me before Friday?
Sure. No problem.
And don't forget to bring a certificate from the doctor to the office.
Thanks, Miss Henderson. I'll do that.
You're welcome, Diana. Take care.
Work-life balance.
Good morning, everyone. On today's show, we've got Chris Benson with us, the author of No More 9 to 5, the new best-selling book about work-life balance in the current working world. Good morning, Chris. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me, Anna.
So, Chris, tell us about your book and how the concept of a work-life balance has been changing.
Well, in the more traditional workplaces, people's working lives and their private lives are, or were, clearly divided. People often work from 9 in the morning until 5 or 6 in the evening. People sometimes stay late in the office and work in the evenings. This is called working overtime.
Okay, and what else?
Well, in these environments, it isn't common for people to work at the weekend or while they're on holiday. They can clearly separate their working lives and their private lives. And the evenings, weekends, and holidays are free to focus on non-work areas of life, such as hobbies, interests, sports, spending time with the family and friends, and so on. It's important and healthy not to spend all your time just working, right?
Right. So, what has changed? How are things different now?
Well, for a start, most people can now access their work emails from their mobile phones, so they are more likely to quickly reply to an important mail in the evening or at the weekend. The same goes for laptops. It's easier to access your work in the evenings from home or even from your hotel when you're on holiday.
That doesn't sound like much of a work-life balance. It sounds like all work.
Exactly. But this new mobility brings a lot of advantages with it. More people are now able to work flexibly. So if they need to leave the office early one afternoon to be with their family, they can catch up on work that evening from home or somewhere else.
That sounds good. So what you're saying is that although traditional divisions between work and life are fading, many employees now have more freedom to do their work from different locations and at different times.
Yes, that's it.
Getting advice.
Hi, how are you? I haven't seen you in class for a while.
Good, thanks. You?
Great. As long as I don't think too hard about all the essays I have to write this term.
Yeah.
Hey, are you okay?
I have to admit, I'm struggling a bit. Maybe even a lot. I've not been sleeping well at all, and then I can't concentrate. And all these things are just going around and around in my head.
That doesn't sound good. So, you're sleeping badly and you can't concentrate. Is that all it is, do you think?
Well, if I'm honest, it's more than that. I'm starting to dread going outside. I find myself worrying about stupid things like, what if I forget the way home? Or what if I go to class thinking it's Monday, but actually it's Friday, and I'm in the wrong place at the wrong time? It sounds even more stupid when I say it out loud. It took me 2 hours to leave the house today.
It doesn't sound stupid at all. It actually sounds a lot like me last year.
Really? But you're so together.
I've learned to be. But even I still have bad days. I used to have panic attacks and everything. When you were trying to leave the house today, how did you feel?
Like I couldn't breathe, and my heart was going way too fast.
That sounds like a panic attack to me.
I thought I was going to die.
You'd be surprised how common they are. Loads of people have them. They just don't talk about it.
How did you get over them?
I actually talked to a doctor about it, and you should too. But I learned some practical things as well. Though they're easier said than done. And they're going to sound weird, so hear me out, okay?
Okay.
So, one thing I did was to try to reduce the power of anxiety and the panic attacks when they came. So, and this may sound strange, at a time when you're feeling safe and okay, you literally do things that make your heart start racing faster and your breathing speed up. Like spinning around on a chair until you're dizzy or hyperventilating so you're short of breath.
That sounds awful.
It is, but it means you get used to the symptoms so they feel less scary.
Right.
Then you have to deliberately do the things that usually make you feel panic. So, if it's going to class on Monday, and being scared you've got the wrong day, on Monday you go to class. If you let the anxiety control you by making you stay at home, it just makes it worse the next time you really do have to go out.
And what did you do if a panic attack came anyway?
I had a distraction plan. So I walked everywhere instead of taking the bus because the exercise helped, but also I did things like count trees or red cars or something. Whatever it was didn't matter, as long as I had something else to focus on.
I can't tell you how much I appreciate this. I thought...
Joining a gym.
Hello, welcome to Shake It Off Fitness. How can I help you?
Yes, thanks. I've been meaning to come in and find some information about here for some time. I was wondering if you could help me.
Sure, of course. What would you like to know?
I saw on the sign outside that you have the best budget membership in the city. Is that right?
You've got that right, yes. If you find a better rate, then we'll match it. Also, we don't have any sign-up fees or cancellation fees.
Sorry, what was that last bit?
Cancellation fees. Some gyms charge you money if you leave before a minimum number of months or something like that. We don't do that.
Well, that's useful to know. What times do you have?
We open at 5 a.m. and close at midnight.
Not 24 hours then, I see.
No, almost though. We tried doing the 24-hour thing, but there really weren't a lot of people who wanted to do exercise at 2 in the morning.
Makes sense. Another question. Do you have trainers? Like, will you do a personalised evaluation of me?
Sure we do. As we say on our brochure, we can show you what to do, how to do it, and why you're doing it. Have you worked with a personal trainer before?
No. No, I haven't, no.
So, it's very easy. For your first visit, we'll assign you one of our expert personal trainers. He or she will design an exercise plan that's just right for you and show you exactly what to do. We even include nutrition advice in the plan.
Let me get this straight. All of this is included in the price?
Yes, it is. If you want to continue with your trainer after the first few classes, we can talk about that. It does cost extra though, okay?
Yeah, sounds great.
Do you have any other questions?
Yeah. Okay. Why should I choose here instead of any of the other gyms in the city?
What? You mean apart from our competitive rates and personalized attention?
Yeah, I guess.
Listen, here's a free day pass. Why don't you drop by and see for yourself? That way you can talk to other members, see the facilities and our staff.
Okay, I'll do that. Thanks very much.
Office party planning.
Hello, sales department. This is Ayako speaking. How can I help you?
Hi, Ayako. This is Sam from Events for You. I'm calling about the piano you want at your Christmas party next month.
Oh, good. It would be a great surprise to have one there for our boss for the night. He can play and it would be a great addition for the party. Have you been able to source one?
Well, yes, I have, but...
But what?
Well, we're going to either have an issue with the logistics or the budget, or possibly both.
Oh dear.
Well, we found a baby grand piano, as you requested, and it's available for the date you want.
Okay, great. So what's the issue? Is it too expensive?
No, it's within the budget you gave me, so everything there is okay. But it's too wide for the entrance doorway into the building.
Oh, I see. So what are our options? Could we dismantle it outside and reassemble it inside?
No. Unfortunately, you can't really do that with pianos, but don't worry, I'm sure we can find some inventive solution.
Do you have any ideas?
Well, we could hoist it up to the first floor balcony. The door there would be large enough to fit it through.
Great. That sounds like a good plan.
That would work, though it would increase the cost considerably, as we'd need a crane, an extension on the insurance policy, and probably 2 to 3 additional people to manage getting it successfully into the building.
Oh, I see. Well, we can definitely stretch the budget by about 10%, but we shouldn't go over that. If we exceed the budget by more than 10%, then other areas of the party budget will have to be cut. And we don't really want that.
Okay, so this idea won't work then. Sorry if I wasn't being clear. The considerable budget increase I was referring to would add a further 50%. You know, cranes are expensive.
Okay. So what other options do we have?
Well, how fixed are you on the piano being a baby grand? Would an upright piano be an option?
I don't know.
It would fit through the door on the ground floor and cause fewer problems. I've also got the option on a really nice white vintage upright piano with black design work.
Okay, that sounds like it might work. Could you send me over some photos of it?
I'll do it now, together with the rental and delivery information and costs.
Great. Thanks, Sam. Let me think about it and I'll call you back later today.
Sure, no problem. I'll wait for your call.
Talking about rumours.
Kira, Have you heard John isn't coming back and they might even fire him?
No. I knew he was away, but I thought it was for personal reasons.
I'm pretty sure that's not the full story. Have you ever worked with him?
A long time ago, but, well, I've heard stories about him for years.
I've never worked with him directly, but I know people that have, and they say he was always shouting and screaming, threatening to fire people. And Suzanne told me he took credit for one of her ideas. She had this idea for a project and she brought it up at the monthly creative workshop and he liked it, everybody did. But she saw the notes from the meeting and there was no mention of her name anywhere. John had agreed with her and repeated some of the things she said, and the notes made it look like they were his ideas in the first place. He made her do all the work planning it. Then when the project actually got started, it was that Cars one. Suzanne was moved to something else.
It won an award, didn't it?
Yeah, but Suzanne didn't get to share it. There was zero recognition of her contribution. She was furious, but she couldn't do anything about it. Not if she wanted to keep her job.
Yeah, it's almost impossible to report people who are as high up as John is. Or was.
How did you find working with him then?
Well, you know what you said about him shouting at people? I've been in meetings with him and we all learned to keep our mouths shut. It was horrible. People were genuinely afraid of him.
Did you ever see him stealing people's ideas?
It was never that obvious. He was a genius. He had incredible vision, but, you know, there was a whole team of people working with him. Not every single idea came from him, and after a while, it's not easy to say, oh, this idea was mine and this idea was yours. For me, the bigger problem was that you could be in his good books, and then suddenly, with no explanation, you were out. And if you were out, life got very difficult.
I heard women in particular had a hard time working with him.
Yeah, well, like I said, you had to stay in his good books. So if there was a comment that made you feel uncomfortable, you didn't say anything.
Did that happen to you?
Not to me, no, but we all knew, and no one said anything. And I was lucky I didn't have that much contact with him myself.
They're doing a full investigation, so I suppose a lot of these stories are going to come to light.
I hope so. I really hope he's not coming back.
Chatting about a series.
So, did you see the final episode last night?
Of course! As if I would miss that.
And?
It was by far the best episode. Definitely.
Yeah, totally. The dragon at the end and all the special effects in that final scene were amazing.
I loved that part. But I still don't think this series was as good as the others.
Really? But you said you wouldn't want to miss it.
I know, but still, it's a lot more predictable than it used to be.
But that's because the story has been told so well that all the characters are reaching their destiny now.
I don't know. Before, anyone could die at any time, so it was exciting. But this series, no key characters died, and we all knew they wouldn't. When Jamie fell in the water after the dragon attacked him, we knew he would make it somehow. And, oh surprise, Bron jumps in and saves him.
They did kill some characters in this series though. What was that one's name?
Exactly. See? You can't even remember who died.
The only thing I didn't like about this series was that it was shorter than the others. 7 episodes instead of 10. Maybe they spent all their money on that dragon.
Right. I don't understand why they did it, as all the fans would happily watch 10 episodes.
I reckon that now they're not using the story in the books anymore, they don't have as many ideas.
That would explain why they're not being as brave with the story too. It's more like a Hollywood film than a TV show now.
So, is Tyrion still your favorite character?
You know, surprisingly, I think my favorite might be Cersei.
What?
She's so interesting. All the awful things she's done and the way she's just aiming for revenge even though it won't make her happy. She still surprises us because we are expecting her to have a happy ending where she sees her mistakes and becomes a good person. But she never does, no matter what it costs her. She's unpredictable because we just can't believe anyone would be like her.
I guess you don't have to like a character for them to be your favorite.
Making a decision.
Thanks for coming, everyone. So we're here today to define the timeline for our new project.
Yes, Gianni, that's a great idea.
Okay, what do you need from us?
Hold on a moment. I think we need to decide between us what to do to make sure it works for all departments.
Yes, exactly. Don't worry. We're going to discuss this and make a decision together. Let's first think about the scheduling of each project phase. What do you think, Emiko?
Can I interrupt? I think we should first be clear about the process we'll use to make the decision. How are we going to do it?
Ah, yes, good point. Well, I think the best way is for each of you to give your opinion, and then we can discuss and make a decision.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yes, that works for me too. I know we're still planning the structure of the later phases of the project, but I think we should begin phase 1 as soon as possible. We can work out the rest later as we go along.
I'm sorry, I don't think so. How can we start phase 1 if we're not fully clear on where the rest of the project will take us? We might make a wrong decision and waste time.
I agree with you on that point, David. However, we'll waste too much time if we wait until everything is planned before we actually start working on the project. I think we should take an agile approach.
Agile approach?
Well, it means that we start quickly and then adapt as we go along.
That's right.
Carolina, you've been very quiet.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to interrupt. I'm listening and thinking.
Do you agree we should get the plan right first and then start with phase 1?
I'm sorry, David. I don't think I agree with you. It's important to have a good plan, but plans can change, even the good ones. And business changes often. We need to be flexible, and we also need to move quickly.
Okay, so should we take a vote?
Well, you're the project leader. Let's go with your decision.
Yes, I'll follow your lead, Jenny.
Well, I guess that's decided then. We'll follow your agile approach, Janny. Start quickly and keep planning the later stages of the project.
Yes, that's right.
I still don't think this is the right decision, but I'm happy to go with the majority. We should add some space into the schedule later for additional work this flexibility will need.
Don't worry, David, we will. Okay, so it's decided then. We'll start phase 1 as soon as possible, and in the background we'll continue planning the later phases and adapt them as we go along.
Creating a study group.
Hey you guys, I've been looking for you. I've got an idea. A study group. What do you think? Are you interested?
Yes, I need a study group in a big way.
Me too.
Do you think we have enough people here for a study group? I mean, there are only 4 of us.
Sorry, 3 of us. Chris can do study group. Right, Chris?
Yeah, there's no way I can do a study group. I have an assignment and then I'm too busy, but I'll stay for this first meeting.
Should we try and get another group together with us for this?
No, I don't think so. I think 3 is fine. Ideal size. Really.
Me too.
Okay, 3 people then. 4 people for the first meeting. What next?
What about a meeting place? We can't meet here in the library.
It's not too bad, especially if those other people would go away.
But we can't exactly ask them to leave and people might get annoyed with us talking.
Can I say something here?
Sure, go ahead.
There's a study hall next to the cafeteria. It's almost always empty. Could we meet there?
A study hall? Who knew? Well, sounds good to me.
Yeah, I've never been there, but
So we ought to decide how long for and how often.
I read somewhere that you should make the meeting at the same time each week, like a seminar. That way we'd take it more seriously.
we may as well make it for this time since we're all here. Is this time okay?
Works for me.
Me too.
Hang on just a minute. I know I'm not going to be in this group, but aren't we supposed to have a seminar at this time every other week?
No, Thursday, no?
No, that's on Thursday.
Sorry, forget I said anything.
Don't worry about it.
So everyone agrees that this time is fine. Every week?
Yeah.
Yes. How long should we make it?
An hour?
Could we find a way of making it 2 hours?
2 hours seems a bit like too much. To start with then,
90 minutes? Compromise?
is that okay with you, Dina?
Fine by me.
Okay, so I guess all we have left to decide is exactly what we'll do when we meet. The final exam is a way off. I guess we could review our notes or practice learning things by heart.
I have a list of do's and don'ts, actually, that I got online. I could be a moderator, and we could use the ideas as a starting point.
A business interview.
Welcome to today's show. We are very happy to have Ana Oliveira as our guest today. Ana is the creator and founder of Homeworks, spelled with an X, we should note, an app which helps teenagers with their homework. Thanks for coming in, Ana.
Thanks for having me.
So, tell us about your app. How does it work?
Well, teenagers and their parents have numerous challenges when it comes to homework these days. In many families, both parents work and don't have much available time to help their kids with their homework. And even if they do have time to help, they may not be able to offer support with the content. What I mean is, they may not know or at least remember enough in any given subject to support.
You mean they might not be able to remember complex maths or might have never studied certain subjects such as biology or economics themselves?
Exactly. So they might want to support their children with their homework, but have neither the time nor the knowledge to do so.
I see. So the app helps solve this problem.
Yes, and more. The next issue is that tutors can be expensive, and there may be long waiting lists for specialist tutors in the town or region you live in. Our Homeworks app brings students and tutors together online. Students can search a database of pre-approved tutors and sign up for live online support. They don't need to be in the same town or city.
That sounds really great.
It is, and this approach also enables us to offer the tutoring services at lower prices, because there's no travelling time involved for the tutor to get to the student's home. And tutors who live in remote areas are happy to get access to more students and be able to work from home, even at lower rates.
This all sounds great. So how did you come up with the idea?
Well, as you might guess, I was one of those parents I described earlier. I really wanted to help my son with his homework, but I was either too busy with work or I didn't actually know anything about the subjects he was having difficulty with. Also, we live in an area where there aren't many tutors, and the ones that are there are either very expensive or have long waiting lists.
Yes, I can understand your predicament. Well, it sounds like a very useful app that is clearly meeting a need, and its popularity obviously speaks for itself.
Thank you.
So, do you have plans for the future?
We've just secured some funding and hope to expand the range of services we offer using the app.
We wish you the best of luck. Thanks again for coming in. That was Ana Oliveira, founder of the tutoring app Homeworks, with an X, don't forget, which is available for both Apple and Android devices. Join us again next week for another business interview. Have a great week, everyone.